Hey everybody, welcome back. Just playing, continuing our mission to overcome the Serpent Lord Yig in Eldritch Horror Forsaken Lore. We're playing the base game with the expansion. I caught a couple corrections as I was reviewing my stuff, and some people had already responded to the first one. I actually did in a couple of, I think one or two, on this one here, the Windwalker card that's up. It says to spawn a clue, and I should have spawned two, and I didn't. I think I did that twice, actually, because in the last card, just going through quick corrections before we get started, and this card here, buying information, says to spawn a clue, and I didn't spawn two, so I think I only spawned one. No, I think I did spawn two because I had the one in Arkham. Well, anyway, I missed at least one, so to compensate for that, guys, I did draw one, and it put it up here in space 9, and that would have been on a couple turns ago, but still, it's okay, because we ended up getting a lot of clues anyway. It worked out pretty well. I'm not going to fret that too much, but we are going to get started. I will make a note on these. I will probably have already made a note in the previous videos as I look back in time, because I haven't put them through processing and all that good stuff yet, so I can add some notes and information to them as we go. Anyway, let's get started and start right away with our action phase. Our lead investigator is back around to Mr. Charlie Kane, so we're going to get started with him. I think you know what he's probably going to do. Okay, so Charlie Kane isn't much of a fighting man. He's only got a strength of 2, and he's just got the Derringer. I'm thinking that he and I don't know, guys. I'm really thinking that he and Trish Scarborough need to join forces against the Windwalker before that card drops out. Or maybe I even go crazy and bring Diana Stanley up there and leave Charlie where he is. We've got to take that thing down before the card runs out, because it has a really bad effect. I'm just going to show that to you. And yeah, this does apply to Charlie's actions, because I'm trying to decide on what to do here. But you see, when it says when there are no Eldritch tokens on this card, each investigator becomes delayed and loses 6 health. Some of them don't have 6 health, so that would be bad. We can't let this, obviously cannot let this happen, otherwise good old Charlie here would be dead. And also I think somebody else would be, Lily Chen would be dead. I almost said Lee Mei Chen, she's from a different game, Fortune and Glory. And the other 2 would be okay, but we lose 2 of our investigators, and we don't want to do that. So we got to do something about that thing there. Unfortunately, we also have the issue that our fine Russian spy who's in Arkham has a massive gate to work with. So let's think about Charlie right now. So the first thing we're going to do, as always, because there are definitely some good items in the reserve, is we're going to do his special ability. That's when we perform an acquire assets action. So we're going to do that first. So let's go to the dice roller. Now keep in mind we got a 4 influence. We're going to get a +1 from his personal assistant and a reroll. And don't forget his fine clothes, where a 6 equals 2, effectively 2 successes. Of course, we've had really bad dice rolls with him on this. Other characters with lesser ability have done better. But let's give it a go and see what happens. So here we are with our 5 dice. We're going to do an asset test, see if we can get some new assets. Come on, let's have some good luck here. Just when I'm talking about bad luck. 3 6s. You know what that means? That's actually the equivalent of 6 successes because of his fine clothes. Let me just double check that. It does say each. Each 6 you roll when performing an acquire assets actions counts as 2 successes. So all we rolled was 6s, and we get a reroll. Might as well just take the reroll here and see if we can get another 6. No, we don't, but hey, I'll take it. Let's go back to the assets and see what we're going to acquire and pass out. Okay, well, we can buy 3, 4, 5. We can buy at least 2 of these cards. We're going to have 1 left over. I could even take a bank loan and get all of these. But let's see if that's worth doing. So the most powerful guy we have here is this conspiracy theorist. He's a 3-point card that says gain +2 observation during research encounters. That's pretty powerful. So someone who's going after clues and gates and stuff would have that. On a comet, we're going to roll a 1 die, on a 4, 5, or 6. We automatically, okay, that's one of them without a doubt. Okay, now we're going to draw and place one out and see what we get, because it might be, Okay, well, there we go. Hold on, let me think about this for just a moment. Okay, that's what I thought. We actually can't get this one yet. I'm going to just tilt it there because technically you have to do your purchases before that's repopulated. I just looked at the reserve rules here in the FAQ. Okay, so we're going to take, I think, these two guys. So the Vatican missionary, he gains +1 to will tests, and you may reroll a 1 die. He may go with Diana Stanley, and the conspiracy theorist is probably going to go with with Trish. Anyway, I'm going to think about that too, but we're definitely going to do that. So this one's going to be there, but we're going to buy these two. We're going to have one left over. I guess we'll just do nothing with. Well, might as well take the delivery service. Why not? Get them out of the way. That's our 6 right there. So let's continue on, and let me think about where these are going to go, and then we'll give them to the folks. Okay, so here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to give the conspiracy theorist to Diana Stanley, because she's only got a 1. Oh, sorry, not the conspiracy theorist. The Vatican missionary. She's only got a 1 will, and so that will be helpful to her quite a bit. The conspiracy theorist is actually going to go to Trish, and then we got the delivery service, which we're going to give to Trish as well, because she's going to then use it immediately to do this. It says, when you gain this card, immediately give any number of item possessions to another investigator on any space. So we're going to give the 44, or the whip, I don't know which, to Lily Chen, and give her a weapon because she doesn't have one, and she does a lot of fighting. So let me think about which one we're going to give her, or if we give her both, I don't know. But be right back. Actually, Trish is going to send this 45 automatic over to Charlie Kane. That's actually his acquire assets action, so we're going to place out the new assets. We got a big one there, Lucky Ring. Ooh, the Enchanted Blade. Wow, all 3 in intelligence reports. Big ones. Okay. So that ends his first action. Now for his second action, I think we definitely need to go try and take out the White Walker. So for his second action, he does have a train ticket, and Trish also has tickets. I believe she has a train ticket as well, so we're both going to be able to get there this turn. Okay, here's what we're doing. She's not going to take on the gate this turn, unfortunately, but we're going to get there soon. We've got to take care of this Windwalker before it's too late. So he's going to take his second action to spend his train ticket, and I'll show you what we're going to do up here. There he is. He's going to move here with the train ticket and then use his move to go there. Unfortunately, he won't be able to acquire assets next turn. We're going to have to delay a turn, but we kind of got to take care of this. Next up, so that's going to end his actions. So next up, we're going to go to Diana Stanley. So let's do that now. Okay, here we are with Diana Stanley. She's also not too bad in a fight. So I'm wondering, I can't quite get her up. I actually can get her up to Arkham to try and take on the gate, which has 2 creatures on it right now. It has the cultists, which she can... Oh, yeah. She can't use her ability on the epic monster, I don't believe, but she can use it on the cultist. So it looks like our friends are all going to rally together. So if you fail the test, because she's got to take on these guys and try and close that gate. She's not in a bad place to do it. She's got her cross, she's got her spell. So she's going to spend her, for her first action, well actually, for her first action, not really, she could get lucky and acquire the asset. She can't do anything about the Dark Pact. Does she need to heal? She's down 1. No. The resting isn't going to help her much. Okay, so let's do this then, because she really, she doesn't need to. If she goes up to Arkham first, she won't be able to do anything. Let's do this. Let's make an asset test for 2 dice. Why not? She's got a die roll of 2 on that. See if she can get the lucky cigarette case, or even take out a bank loan. She's already got a Dark Pact. Might as well take out a debt too. Let's see. Okay, well, Diana Stanley's got 2 dice to roll here. Let's see if she can actually gain one of those assets. If she rolls 2, she can get lucky. If she rolls 1, she can at least take a bank load on it, get something good. Let's see. She rolled a 4 and a 2, so no, she failed. Let's go see what else she can do here. Well, these ones that are worth 3 up here, she can't really take, because even with a bank loan, she wouldn't have enough. She needed to get at least 1 success. She could take the lucky cigarette case and take a bank loan. That's once per round. You may add 1 to the result of a die when resolving a test. I guess that's any test. She's got a reroll for her will. She's got her Holy Cross and her spell. I don't know. I don't think it's worth it to take a debt condition from that, because you never know what how terrible those are going to be. Though a reroll or adding 1 to the die would be pretty nice. No, let's not do it. But now she's gonna take her second action. Keep in mind she's right here, and she's going to move. So she's going to spend her boat token, which will take her to here, and then take her final move to there, and that will put her up in that space to help resolve the gate. She is currently in the space with Diana Stanley, so I might even trade her a weapon. We'll see. Because she can, well no, she's going to use her incantation, or wither spell. She can use the spell and a weapon simultaneously, I believe. We'll see. Anyway, let's continue on. That is the end of her action phase. Okay, here's our, right now, currently best investigator by far is Trish Scarborough. She's got a lot she can do. She's got good influence there. Of course, she can't check for items there because there's a monster and a gate, 2 monsters and a gate and a location. But what can she do as an action? Well, she could trade the bullwhip away to Diana Stanley. That wouldn't be so bad. But she can use the second ability to reroll a die during combat. That could help her a lot. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Let's see. Let's think about this just a little more. She could. Well, she's got her carbine rifle. That's going to give her a +5. She's going to have huge fighting ability against the bad guy, and a reroll if she keeps her whip. I think she's going to keep her whip. So she really doesn't have anything she's going to trade to Diana Stanley either at this point. I think because she might need her bandages for her encounter. So I think basically she's perfectly healthy. She's got no damage on her at all. She's got 3 clues. I think she's just going to take her action to move to where Charlie Kane is, and that would probably be her only action for the turn. Okay, so there she is. She's in the same space as Diana Stanley. It does say if an investigator on your space spends a clue token to reroll a die, they reroll up to 2. Okay, well, we're not going to do that because she doesn't. Diana doesn't have a clue token, I don't think. Nope. Okay, we're just going to move. So we're going to spend her train ticket so she gets enough movement, and she's going to go boom, boom up here with Charlie as well. So we've got everybody nice and spread out. Now the only thing we have to do is the actions for Lily Chen. So Lily's doing pretty good too. She's in Istanbul. She was heading toward the... I think she's going to go to the expedition. That's the closest, best thing she can do. So there's a cultist on the expedition. Yeah, I think that's what she's going to try to do. See if she can kill that cultist and go on the expedition trip. But first off, let's go up and see where she is at the board so I can show you what I'm talking about. See, she's right here. So I think for her first action, though, she still might as well make a asset test just to see. If she gets 1, she could end up with one of those 3-point items with a bank loan. And let's just check that first before we do anything else. Okay, so here's the asset test for Lily Chen. Let's see if she gets she got a 5, so she got 1 success. With a bank loan, she can get one of those 3-point items. So let's go take a look at that. There's some exceptional items, but the first thing she has to do is definitely, she's going to have to take a bank loan to get one of those. So we're going to start flipping through and see if we can find I'm looking through the deck of conditions. Big giant. Okay, there's a debt right there. She's going to take a debt condition. And I believe that the smart thing for her to do is take this. This is the Enchanted Blade. It's a magical weapon. It gains +1 will and +3 during combat encounters. That is very, very good. Plus she's also got the net, which reduces the monster's damage, and a reroll from the fishing net as well when resolving combat, and a reroll from the lucky rabbit's foot. So yeah, this is a no-brainer. So she's going to take that. I mean, this intelligence report is really good too. Automatically gain 1 clues or 2 clues and then discard it. But this is a permanent item that she can keep and use. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to replace the assets. It's a syndicate agent, which gains +2 combat during combat encounters, and you may reroll 1 die when resolving a combat encounter test. Pretty good ally there. So that's going to be the first part of her turn. The second part of her turn is going to be up on the board. Okay, so for her second action, you see there's a train, a railway that goes right down here to the pyramids, and that's going to be it. She's going to move there. That's going to end her action phase. That's going to end the action turns. Now we're going to move on to Charlie Kane's encounter phase. This is going to be rough, guys. So, I mean, Charlie's definitely not the best fighter, but he does get +3, and he does have his Derringer, which gives him, he gets to add 1 to the die, the result of a die during combat. He did lose his blessing, so he has to roll 5s and 6s, but he can also spend his clue to reroll a die. Yeah, anyway, we'll see how he does. Let's first let's go get that beastie, the Windwalker, and see what we can do here. This thing is pretty nasty. So the first thing that he has to do is make a will test. He needs to avoid any will damage. He needs to succeed twice. He really doesn't have anything that's going to help him with that in particular, but he's still fine on sanity, so I'm not that concerned about him losing a point or 2 in this fight round. But okay, let's roll our dice and see what happens. Okay, well, first off, we have to take this first bit here. It says before resolving the test, lose 1 health and 1 sanity, so we're going to have to do that first. So he actually might lose as much as 3 sanity he could during this action, and so he's at 5 sanity and 4 wounds, 4 health right now. Let's see what he can do with his sanity test. Okay, here we go. Okay, so he passed once, so he is going to lose another point of sanity. Okay, now we go on to the tougher part. This is a strength contest, -2. He does have his 45 automatics that he got from his friend and ally, and he's also got his Derringer, which is going to allow him to add 1 to the roll. So basically he's got a 2. The gun, the 45, normally gives him 3, but this is a -2. So we're going to only have 3 dice to go in with this, and to do any damage at all we're going to have to overcome, we're going to have to get at least 3 successes, but we do get a reroll, so that's a good thing. Okay, let's roll our dice. Oh, that is awesome. So look, we're not taking any damage. Now let's see if we can actually do some damage. We get to, oh sorry, it's not a reroll, it's a +1, isn't it? So that's not going to do him any good. Dang it. We need to do something here. Let's see. We can spend a clue. He's spending his clue to reroll the 1. So we're going to do that. This is important. Okay, here we go. Come on, baby. 5! He did it! He did a point of damage to the Windwalker. Now keep in mind that the Windwalker has 8 points, so that's just the beginning. He's not going to be able to stay there and fight this thing for long, but he did do damage to it, so that's a good start for him. That is actually the end of his encounter phase, I believe. There's a monster, so he can't encounter the space. He has to defeat the monster first, but anyway, let's move on. Okay, so next up is Diana Stanley. Now she's got a combat coming up, a rather large one, I might add. So here's what we're going to do. She's definitely going to use her spell. So it says when resolving a combat encounter, you may test if you pass, gain +3 during that combat. So let's look at what she's got to do here. So she's got 2 monsters and a gate on Arkham. So first off, she's got to deal with the monsters. Okay. So the Children of Yig, basically we have to make a observation roll. She's got a 3. I think that's all she's got. Yeah, she's got 3. If she fails the test, this epic monster moves to a random space, so we won't be able to fight it. So let's start there. We're going to make that test. I'm going to bring these over to the dice rollers so we don't have to keep moving them about. Let's do that. Okay, so we have our 2 monsters there, but I do want to look up something with Diana Stanley. Her ability let's check this out. It says, if Diana uses her action ability to move a cultist monster, she does not discard or move any other monster. Okay, so she can get rid of the cultist there and discard it and just have to deal with the other guys. She can also use her passive ability, which is yeah, reduce the horror of a monster you encounter by 1. So that's not going to help much in this case, because the it's only an observation test -1 to go after them. But she is going to use her ability to get rid of the cultists and put them back in the cup. No reason to fight them. They're wimpy and they just cause problems. So first thing she has to do, and then is oh, she would have had to do that as her action. And she took both her actions, so she can't do that. So she's going to have to encounter the cultist. Let me go grab him back. Yeah, that's an action, not a passive ability. Okay, so anyway, she does have to encounter these guys first, I think, just to see if they even stay around to fight. So she has to make an observation test. Her observation is 3, but you can see that the observation test is a -1. So she's going to get 2. She's not blessed or anything, so she's just got to roll a die. Or roll 2 dice and see if she gets a 5 or 6. She did. So they do stay around to fight. Now, I don't know if that's how happy she is about that. She's going to use her Wither spell, so we're going to roll for that next. And their toughness is equal to the investigators equal to investigators +2, so it's a 6. So she's not going to be able to kill him this round, I don't think. No, she won't. But she does have her. Well, she's going to use. So first she's got to make her roll for her Wither spell. Her manuscript gives her +1 to lore. She's got a 4 lore, and so she's got to roll 4 dice against her to cast her spell. So let's do that now. Okay, here's her dice roll. She got 2 successes. So let's see what that does with the spell. Okay, so when you get 2 successes, she's going to have 3 added to her combat. So that's going to give her 6 dice total. But with a 2+ on this spell, it says the incantation takes effects with such horrifying effect, lose sanity and gain +5 during this encounter. So wow, she's going to have to rest up soon because she's taken some sanity hits, but she's going to have +5 dice, so she's going to have 8 dice -2. She has enough dice to kill these things in one shot if we get lucky. So 4, she's going to have 6 dice. Do my math right, 5 + 3, yeah, she got the strength of 3, so it's going to be 8, 6, okay. So the first thing she's going to do is take these guys on. She's got her 6 dice. Let's see what she can roll. Okay, let's roll the dice and see what we get. Wow, 3, she got 3 of them right there. Too bad she can't add anything to a roll. That would be awesome. So she's going to do 1 point of damage to the creatures, to the children of Yig. Yeah, I guess that'll do it. So she did 1 point of them, and then she also has to deal with the cultists. Now, with the cultists, she doesn't have her spell running or anything. That was only 1 combat encounter, so she's going to roll 3 dice against the cultist. First off, she does have to make a horror check, but her horror damage is reduced by 1. So, yeah, she's not going to have to do that. Yeah, reduce all horror from monsters you encounter by 1. So she's not going to have to worry about the horror check. She's going to have to worry about fighting them. It's strength -1. Oh, this is actually pretty bad because she's only going to have 2. She's only going to have 2 dice. Well, let's roll that now. 2. Okay, here we go. A 6. So she did take 1 damage from the cultist of all things, and they're still there. Though the children also have a point of damage on them. So we cannot encounter the gate yet, but we did start the battle. And she'll have allies come help soon enough. I think maybe Charlie might come that way, or after encountering the expedition, it might be Lily Chen. Okay, now we got our big fighter. We got Trish Scarborough. She's going up against the Windwalker as well. Now, with her, though, we got some serious advantages. First off, she's got 3 clues, and we don't have to spend clues to resolve this mystery, so she can use them for dice rerolls if we need be. We have a reroll with the whip during combat. We have our bandages in case she gets injured. We are blessed, which means we can hit on a 4, 5, or 6, and she's got the carbine, which is going to give her +5. That's going to give her a 8 dice to roll against the big bad guy, but she's also got to make her terror check. She really doesn't have anything to help against that. So let's get that going. Okay, so here's the Windwalker. You can see he's got his point of damage on him from Charlie. That was pretty good. She's going to have to make a will test. She's only got a will of 2, and it's -2. So yeah, no, it's not -2. It's just a 2. Okay, but she does have to do this before resolving her will test. She's going to lose 1 health and 1 sanity. So we're going to remove that from her. Hopefully, she'll get to place the damage markers right back on the monster. And then she has to make a will test with 2 dice. Let's roll that. Okay, let's roll. Okay, she got 1 success, so she is going to lose 1 more sanity from that. We're not going to be able to stay in this fight. I think we're going to have to come back and forth and try and get him. That's going to be rough. Anyway, there is a city there she can rest in, and Charlie can try and gain more assets and just hop, skipping, and jumping away. So let's continue on. Now we're going to go to the combat test. Okay. By the way, he's got 6 points, not 8 points. It's investigators +2 again, like the children. So it's -2, but now she's got her carbine. That's going to give her a 5, 6, 7, 8. So she's down to 6 dice again. And she only needs a 4, 5, or 6. So here's her 6 dice. That's pretty awesome. She needs a 4, 5, or 6 to hit, and she has a reroll. And she's got bandages, which she'll probably use this turn. Let's roll the dice. Okay, guys, here we go. Oh, look at that. Okay. She got 3 hits right there, and she's going to get a reroll. So let's see what happens. She's going to reroll one of these dice. Come on, baby. Of 5, she got 4 hits. 4 hits. That's going to put 2 more on this guy. That is awesome. Okay, so she did succeed. She did not take any additional damage. We're going to put a 3 wound marker on this bad guy, and then I believe it says when you may discard this to prevent an investigator from taking 2 health. Well, she only took 1. I'm going to keep her bandages for next turn in case she doesn't do so well, because I think we're going to, even though she's got 3 sanity, can she take a rest action with a monster if she can? Well, we're in the wilderness, so I don't believe she can. Anyway, we're going to fight the heck out of this thing. Woohoo! Okay, so we got it halfway dead. That's pretty good. Let's end her round there and continue on to Lily Chen. So guys, actually we're going to take a chance here. She can use her own passive ability on herself, which means she can spend one of her 3 clue tokens and roll those last 2 dice and see if we can do more damage to the beast. She's going to do that. So that's going to re-roll these 2. So let's roll and see what happens. Okay, here's a roll. Oh, she got another hit. That is outstanding. Do I want to do that again? I could roll that last dice with another clue token. And we got that thing down to just 2 points. I could beat it next turn. She can save him for next turn. Let's end it there. That's pretty healthy. I don't want to waste another clue token when I can do it next turn and get another 2, potentially 2 dice roll out of it. So that's where we're going to end it. Okay, here we are with Lily. Now, she does have a cultist she needs to defeat on her space. However, she's in pretty good shape. She's got a 4, and she's got this enchanted blade. And a 4 will, so she's going to be very good in the fight. But let's go to the dice roller and fight the cultist that's in front of the expedition so that she can encounter the expedition. So if you recall, let me just move this over a bit, the cultists have the abilities off the Yig sheet. So they do one, they have a toughness of 1, they have a horror check of 1, which she will make, and then she's got to do a combat test -1, but she's in good shape there. So let's first roll her horror check. Is going to be 3 dice. Does she have anything that can affect that? I don't believe so. Yes, her enchanted blade. So she's going to have 4 dice to roll against a horror check. That's pretty awesome. Let's roll. Okay, here we go. She succeeded on 1. That's all she needed. So she passed there. Now let's go to the combat test. Okay, so for the combat test, she does have her fishing net, which gives her a reroll. She's going to use her enchanted blade. Oh, you know what? I also had a +1 from her protective amulet against that terror check. I didn't need it, but I had it. So she would actually have 5 dice. Man, she's a good fighter. Okay, enchanted blade's going to give her +3 to combat. She's got a 4. That's 7. And the cultist is a -1, so that's going to be 6 dice. So here's 6 dice against the cultist. Okay, here we go. Okay, there's 2 6s and a 5. She overcame the cultist and killed it. That is awesome. So the cultist is gone, and now we can go back and encounter the expedition. Okay, so we're going to draw the top expedition card off the pyramids. Here it is. It says the pyramids. Inside the pyramids you find a hidden passage leading to an undiscovered throne room. You explore the room for indications of its history. Observation. Yuck! Observation's only 2. She still gets to use her lucky rabbit's foot for a reroll. And that's really the only thing she has that's going to help her here. So let's go to the dice roller and see if she can get a success there. Okay guys, we got 2 dice. Here's our roll. She failed, so she's going to use her lucky rabbit's foot to roll again, or to re-roll one of these dice. Okay guys, let's re-roll this one that we got here. A 5! Woo! Okay, let's see. So she only needed 1, I think. Yeah, she needed 1. So she succeeded by using her lucky rabbit's foot. She didn't need to use it in the previous part of the round, so that's a good thing. Okay, it says, this isn't the end of it for her though, and she's not very good at lore either. It says you see a star map adjacent to a world map on the wall. You use the star map to determine a location on the world map. If you pass, you will discover a hidden cabinet built into the wall, gain 1 artifact. If you fail, the maps remain a mystery to you and you lose 1 sanity. Well, we certainly don't want to fail this. And I don't have my lucky rabbit's foot, so we're going to have to get very lucky on this next roll. Okay, here we go. Oh man, she succeeded with both of them, a 5 or a 6, so we're going to get to draw an artifact card. Okay, here are the stack of artifacts, guys. I'm going to shuffle them up just because I don't know how well I shuffled them when I brought them out. Anyway, this is going to be the first artifact of the game. Let's hope it's a good... They're all good, but let's hope this is one that's good for her. Let's see what she gets. Okay, here we go. What do we get? We got the Pallid Mask. Item, magical. During the encounter phase, you may choose to encounter a monster. And you may choose an encounter as if there is no monster on your space. So she can choose to avoid a monster. I'll take it. Heck, it's an artifact. I will take it. Okay, that is going to end her encounter with the expedition. The expedition is now moving somewhere else. It looks like to the Himalayas, so that is the end of that card. I am moving the expedition token to the Himalayas. That also marks the end of the encounter phase. Now we're going to move on to the mythos phase. Okay, here's our mythos card. We got so much fighting going on up in the American area, America and Canada, North America. We're probably going to have to send Lily up that way with all her stuff. She's a pretty good fighter. Anyway, let's draw our mythos card. See what happens. Here we go, guys. Okay, we are going to have the Omen track move. I don't think that's going to hurt us. It does not. But let's do that. And then we're going to have a, well, yeah, it shows a monster surge, but I don't think that's going to apply. And then we're going to put down 2 more clues. It says, you hang your head in exhaustion and frustration. You jump suddenly when a hand rests on your shoulder. To your relief, you turn to find a local priest. Have faith, my child, he tells you. Your good works have not gone unseen. Your brave acts are making a difference. Support of the church. Event. The lead investigator gains a blessed token. Okay, that is going to be great because that's going to be back to Charlie with the blessed token again. So, or blessed condition. But first off, let's resolve our card effects. Okay, gosh, sorry guys, kick the camera. I do that a lot. Anyway, looking at the Omen effects, this is going to move up to here, which the gates on the board do not match that. So we would only have a problem if the gates match that. Now let's look for the. So now we have to. So okay, so here's the other part. The monster surge. It says resolve a monster surge on each space containing a gate that corresponds with the current Omen, or spawn 1 gate if none are on the game board. Well, we have gates on the game board, but they don't spawn. They don't contain the Omen. So I think we are okay there. And then we're going to have to put down some clues. Okay, we're actually going to have to spawn a gate because there's not one matching the symbol. So we're going to spawn a gate on London, so not too far away. And we'll then go get a monster out for the London gate in the dreaded SpongeBob Monster Cup. And see what happens. So here's the good news. There's no comments on that card. A riot. Okay, I haven't had this one before. There's no special effects on it at all. It just says before resolving your strength test, you must attempt to disperse the mob, or you may attempt to disperse the mob. Okay, so there's a riot in London, probably caused by the ruckus that's emanating from the gate, driving people mad, or something like that. Anyway, that resolves that. So now we just have to put out 2 clues. So let's grab a couple of clues and see where they go. the first of the clues. Remember, in a 4-player game, we're going to put out 2. I have made that mistake in the past, so I'm trying not to this time. 4, that's pretty close by up in the top corner, and our second one is going to appear in space 14. So I'm going to put those out, and that will be the end of our gameplay session. So that gate appeared right on top of the big battle with the Windwalker. That's interesting. And we didn't lose another token on the Windwalker, so we're going to get another round. I think that our lovely lady Trish Scarborough can defeat that guy next turn. We can move Charlie off. Maybe have her help with the other encounter. He can't get there in one turn, but he can get to a city. Whew, okay, that's great. So that ends our phase. So the only thing that happens next is the lead investigator is going to move over to Diana Stanley, and we're going to end our session. So thanks for watching. I think I got everything right. I hope I did. I double-checked as we went. Appreciate you watching. This will be, I think this is what, episode 5? We're heading on episode 6. We'll see you soon.